What? Bang!
Pro Wrestling Podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep screwed rep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Can he do it? Unbelievable.
I'm too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Randy Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for... It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 for the latest and greatest wrestling game? Stop immediately. Pop over to Facebook. Check out Wrestler Unstoppable, available exclusively to all Facebook users. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, build your own corporation, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable. Available now to all Facebook users, totally free. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family, want your name in the shoutouts like my good buddy John in Texas, then check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. Don't forget loyalty rewards. If you contribute $15 a month, you can co-host a live show with myself. $7.50 a month, and we'll put you into a drawing to also co-host a live show. Just like my buddy John down in Texas, we will be putting out some new, fresh Patreon-exclusive content in the coming weeks. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you'd like us to touch on in the future episode, give us a shout. Give us a call. The Pro Wrestling Sound Off line 267-642-1160, and we will get to those questions or comments in a future episode. Tonight, we don't put up 2 episodes in this close together, but a lot of things going on in the world of professional wrestling. We're going to go through all of them. We're going to start with NXT reactions, results, and conversation. Tonight's show, action-packed, start to finish. I love a lot of what we're seeing. We kick off the show with the TNA Championship match between Trick Williams and Josh Briggs. Got to be honest, I would really have loved for this match to take place between Trick Williams and a more established TNA star getting the rub from the NXT locker room. But whatever, we get Josh Briggs out there, get him a championship opportunity. It is a great match for what it is. Obviously, you don't expect a championship change here. Trick Williams wins. But what is interesting to me is the after-match antics, the TNA Championship, formerly around the waist of Joe Hendry, and apparently he wants it once again as he attacks Trick Williams, knocking him out of the ring after the match. It is a beautiful thing to see Joe Hendry on TNA television, or on NXT television, and you got to wonder if this is a sign of things to come. We go into our next match, Javon Evans versus Tavion Heights. The big thing here, if Tavion wins, he can leave No Quarter Catch Crew. Unfortunately, tonight, Javon Evans plays spoiler. That is not going to happen, and he is going to be stuck in his current role with No Quarter Catch Crew. After the match, Jasper Troy comes out of nowhere, the winner of Season 1 of LFG. He comes out and hits a black hole slam on Javon Evans. He is clearly trying to establish himself on the NXT roster. I love what they're doing with him. I think he's adapted very well in such a short period of time. He's got a lot of things coming in his future, and a lot of them are going to happen a lot sooner than later. Ricky Saints came into action next. Look, I can always watch Ricky Saints do anything. Going against Ashanti the Adonis, you don't really expect this to go any other way. Ricky Saints picks up a win. Solid match for a television show match. It's really like a filler thing. It's really to get to the aftermatch. Again, Ethan Page appearing on the Titantron. The video that he has, a video promo recorded, it freezes, and out of nowhere, Page attacks Saints. Great setup, great delivery, very good element to the show. Obafemi came out next. He had a conversation about needing challengers for the NXT Championship. He has been struggling to find anybody who could really give him a challenge. And Yoshiki Inamura, his music hits. He comes out. He came to NXT, in his words, to chase glory. He went home to Japan, realized he missed Josh Briggs, but he also missed NXT. And he loves NXT. He loves the culture, the passion of the fans, and he wants to become NXT champion. Femi is very happy to let him come in and have this challenge. He's going to accept that challenge. He's going to put him down also. And as Inamura is leaving the ring, Jasper Troy attacks again, and this time staring down Oba Femi, clearly making it obvious to everybody that he wants another match with Oba before things are said and done. D'Angelo family has their Civil War throwdown. The next matchup is for the NXT Heritage Cup. We found out earlier this week that was now vacated because of Noam Dar having an injury. This is between Stax and Tony D'Angelo. And I'll be honest with you, if D'Angelo would have won this, I'd have been shocked. At the end, it turns out that we are going to see the winner and new Heritage Cup champion, Stax Lorenzo. Channing Stax Lorenzo winning the Heritage Cup. Something I think does much more for his character development, his future in NXT. There was conversation about the Tony D'Angelo being brought to the main roster earlier this year. I really think this is the way to kind of push him out of the way, let him go off and do some other things, and we may be seeing him maybe after SummerSlam get called up to the main roster. We'll have to see how that plays out. And the big main event, the Evolution Eliminator, we got to see a fatal four-way Lash legend, Jada Parker, Izzy Dame, with Tatum Paxley, who she recruited earlier in the evening, and Jordan Grace. And look, we can go through everything about this. At the end of the night, well, all that matters is that Jordan Grace wins the Eliminator and will be the one to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship at Evolution 2. One of the first matches we're going to see that are going to be reported for that show. It is shaping up. Look, you can fantasy book all you want. There's a lot going on. I think the show is going to be fantastic. Moving on, lots of tidbits today. It's not as many main stories, lots of tidbits. Like WWE producer, former TNA star Abyss, was interviewed recently this week by Fightful Select, talking about whether or not he'd be open to an in-ring return. He said, "Never say never, but I don't see it in the cards, and I don't want it in the cards. I'm so happy with what I'm doing as a producer." He is 51 years old. He did mention he wouldn't mind being on television as Joseph Park, his alter ego from TNA Wrestling. He's shown up once before on WWE programming, but obviously not looking to go into the ring and have an extension to his career. He's done. He's wrapped up. His career is essentially over. Kota Ibushi is in the news this week because he came out on Collision. He got in the face of Kazuchika Okada. The two exchanged blows. He's having his return match for Dynamite against Trent Beretta. I think this is a solid match for him coming back. The concern I have is where do we slate him in the hierarchy of talent in AEW when you have such a top-heavy roster? And is he going to be able to stay healthy? He has been injured on and off constantly since 2023. We're hoping that he's in a better place. The word coming out was the Golden Star say Ibushi is currently in a much better place physically than he has been in quite a long time. Hopefully he can still go in the ring. A lot of people think that his best days are behind him, but I'm pulling for great things for him. Cannot do this episode without giving you an update on Night of Champions. As of right now, Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez both reported the same thing, that many outlets are reporting that everybody is essentially planning to head to Saudi Wednesday for the big show, the Night of Champions pay-per-view, King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, and it should be a go, at least at this point, unless something drastic were to change. We saw that there was a ceasefire between Israel and Iran today. Hopefully that keeps everything on schedule. So as of right now, things are a full go. Cody Rhodes hit the news today. He has a quote, "If it were up to The Rock, I'd be a heel right now." Kind of confirming what we all had heard earlier in the year, that was something The Rock was pushing for. Cody was not necessarily in favor of it. Clearly, Triple H was not either. You're talking about a guy who moves a ton of merchandise. Why would you want to turn him heel right now? And it looks like Cody got his way and did not make that happen. But it is interesting to see that he basically confirmed what a lot of people had thought, that The Rock got his hands in there and tried to get his mitts on the booking. There's another report out today that Chad Gable is legitimately injured. It was explained with the Monday Night Raw angle where he was attacked by Penta, but this is basically being used to cover for an undisclosed injury that he has. It's been reported by Bodyslam.net that it is a legitimate injury. So hopefully he gets back soon, because that puts him on the shelf, as well as El Grande Americano. I don't care what they say, it's him. So that's somewhat concerning if he doesn't get back soon enough, because we're right in the thick of it, man. WWE's got so many shows planned in the next couple weeks. He needs to get out there as soon as possible. The Raw viewership report came in, and this is what's concerning to me, and this is going to be one of our headlines for this episode. Raw drew 2.7 million viewers. That's down from the 2.9 from June 9th. It's one of the lower ratings of the year. The hours viewed are down. One of the lowest views since WrestleMania 41, down from 6.1 million hours to 5 million hours, which June 16th draw was the second lowest hours viewed with the May 19th and June 2nd episodes of all time. And it doesn't really change a whole lot when you go global. Raw, this is one of the few weeks that they've dipped below the top 8. They were in 9th place, down 2 spots from June 9th. So it's definitely not a great thing. Domestically, Raw placed 4th, falling 1 spot, but still staying consistent. Raw's usual spot in the U.S. rankings. But if you're WWE and you're hyping the return of Goldberg and building Punk Cena, and you have Cody and Jay on free TV, you would really have hoped to get a much bigger pop in the ratings. And to not have that, somewhat concerning. And a couple other tidbits just to throw out there. UFC star Michael Chandler is hoping to sign with WWE. He's made it clear to Triple H that he's interested, that there is a possibility. He was on the February 19th, 2024 episode of Raw calling out Conor McGregor from the crowd. He was saying he was talking to Triple H about a WWE contract and trying to make it happen. Who knows if that's actually going to come to fruition, but you had to know at some point there was going to be a UFC WWE crossover, and why not start here? And for me, the shocking news of the day, not so shocking, but so exciting for someone like me who's a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling and specific stars that are no longer with the promotion, being Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito, both waiting on paperwork for international visas to come overseas and take on their next journey in the world of professional wrestling, both leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it sounds like they are open to coming to the United States. Naito was a little upset because there's a report that he is not going to be able to bring his entrance music with him after leaving New Japan, which is, it's frustrating for him because he helped collaborate to make the music and had a big influence on that. But it is still, for me, incredibly exciting to know that Naito is looking to come to the States and really have an opportunity to showcase. I would imagine in either AEW, maybe he's Ring of Honor, maybe he does some Impact stuff. I don't know if at this stage of his career, with some of his lingering issues with injuries and things like that, if WWE is going to be interested. But one could only hope, because I'd love to see some of those matches. Naito and Seth Rollins. Actually, Naito could slate it with almost anybody. Naito and Cody Rhodes, Naito and Randy Orton. There's so many matches you could do. I would love to see any of them. That's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode. We'll run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks, as always, out to Suno AI for producing music and sound effects on our show. Today's show is sponsored by Beazle Games. Bring a new friend to family game night. It's easy with Sketchy people. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beazle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and pick up your copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, maybe you're considering college or university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs. As Fro Life Educational Planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you so much for taking the time with us today. Until next time, take care. Have a great night.
Wrestling Podcast.